Hello there. Oh, I must just alter my camera. I knocked it earlier on. Let's go back that way, and then you won't see my messy shelves. There. That's better. It's all about the detail. No, because I was playing around with bits and pieces earlier on, so obviously knocked the camera, so apologies for that. But hello. I've got my trusty iPad at the ready. So I will be keeping an eye on that. I've got my heater on as well because it is absolutely freezing out here in the craft cabin. So yeah, if you can hear that and it's getting in the way, it shouldn't do. Watch my microphone. It shouldn't interfere too much. But just let me know if it does. So oh, David's looking good in the kitchen. There you go. Or am I looking good and you're watching in the kitchen? Read into that how you will. Bianca, good evening, Bianca. How are you doing? It's good to have your company. A few of you joining, a couple dipping in and dipping out, which is okay. That's not a problem. We had a bit of a problem last week with regards to the Facebook Live. It was meant to be on Thursday of last week, but the Facebook gremlins, or should I say the Facebook terrors that caused so much issues with different things, they caused a bit of a problem and we couldn't actually access the account. So hence it kind of came to an abrupt end, and I was really disappointed because I've got loads to tell you. But anyway, I will fill you in. Obviously people will dip in and dip out, so I'll try and keep an eye on who's around, so as I don't, well, just so as I let everybody know what's going on, because there's a few different things to tell you about. Some very exciting news as well. So just get me a little button machine ready so as I can tell you some of the different things that are happening. Now, I'll be giving you a bit of an update with regards to the software because there was a recent update. I don't know if many of you have had a little look at that. I haven't had a chance to have a proper play around with it, but it's just to make you aware of that being there and how you can find out what the latest things are with it. And also, have you seen the multi-sheet feeder? Oh my goodness, talk about want. I definitely need that in my crafty life. So if you do a lot of kind of print and cuts, things like your sticker sheets, maybe you sell sticker sheets for planners and things like that, or maybe you're in education, you need to do lots of stickers, or for whatever reason, if you've got something that you need to print multiples of, even if it's just repeats of the same thing, and as long as it's kind of like on a sheet, there's a variety of different sizes of the machines available, which I'll tell you about in a few moments. But yeah, anything that you do as a print and cut, anything that's potentially cut to A4, A3 as well if you're working with the larger machines, if you're fortunate to have an A3 printer, brilliant. So anything that's in a feed form, a kind of cut piece format that you're wanting to feed to. And what it means is you don't have to put your sheet of medium, your cardstock or whatever it is, you don't have to put it onto a mat and feed them in manually and then obviously swap the mats over and then off you go again and swap the mats and off you go again. You can literally put it all in the sheet feeder and it will do a continual run. I've not got one yet, but CraftStore are going to have them next week. I think they're due in. So I'll tell you more about that in a few moments. But if you are wondering what I'm talking about when I mention the multi-sheet feeder, get the words in the right order, then this will explain a little bit more to you. So there you go. That is it. Looks amazing, doesn't it? Now there's 2 different sizes, and I've got a message from Alistair because I wanted to get all the right information. So there's 2 sizes. So there's an A4 size. Now this relates obviously to the medium that you're putting in it. So if you're not putting anything larger than A4 in, then you can get away with the A4 size. That's going to be £125, and it fits on your Portrait 3. It won't fit on any previous portraits, I'm guessing. So you need a Portrait 3, or it will work on your Cameo 4, which is brilliant because I've got both of those. So and I don't have an A3 printer, so that makes sense for me to go for that one. The A3 Plus is £139.99, so not a lot more, but I don't know whether you can adjust it to take smaller pages. So I need to find out. I should have asked Alistair that. It's only just popped up into my head. So sometimes if you've got an A3 printer, you can alter it to take A4 sheets, can't you? I don't know whether that's the same with the A3 Plus. So I'll try and find that out. I'm going to turn that heater off. I'm starting to cook. So I don't know about that. But if you can adjust it, I don't know, is it worth going for the larger? Certainly if you've got the larger die cutting machines, if you've got the Cameo 4 Plus or the Pro, the Cameo Pro. So yeah, it will fit with those, but it might be a case you have to switch to your Cameo 4 if you're wanting to do your A4 stuff. Oh, you've got it, Bianca. Oh, tell me. Is it brilliant? Tell me. Oh, I need to know. I need to come round and see it. So you've got the A3 one and you can adjust it. So there you go. So in that case, I'd probably go for the larger one, especially if you're thinking of upgrading to, I'm waving my phone around. If you're thinking of upgrading to the Cameo 4 Plus or the Pro. I've got the Cameo 4, not the Plus, but then I've got the Pro. And there will be times I expect to print things off on A3. I haven't got an A3 printer yet, but yeah, forward planning and all that. So yeah, be interesting to know. But Bianca, incidentally, is in the chat at the moment. So if there's anything that you want to know, I hope you don't mind me putting your name forwards, Bianca, because you're ahead of me with regard to this one, because I haven't got one yet. Oh, what have we got going on here? Where am I? Paul. Hello, Paul. Haven't seen you in a long time. Looking forward to Make It Thursday. It's kind of a bit of a mishmash tonight, to be honest. I've not got a particular demo organised to do because there's a few different things that I was going to be chatting about. But equally so, we'll probably have a little bit of time at the end where if you've got any, like a Q&A, if there's anything that you want me to help you with on the software, then maybe we can have a little chat about that. And I'll touch on the fact that we've got some videos now on YouTube for CraftStore Direct that and they are setting up. I don't know whether it's been done yet, but there's a separate YouTube channel. But anyway, more about that later on, hopefully. You can't get it to work properly, Bianca. Oh, right, okay. Well, when I've got one, hopefully I'll be able to help you. Doesn't seem to like the silhouette sticker sheets. They jam or don't go through. Okay. I can't help you because, as I say, I'm not aware. Does it work with other things? Is it just those particular sticker sheets? Be interesting to know. Is it working okay just with you? I don't know, maybe your vinyl sheets or your A4 cardstock. I don't know where you bought it from, but certainly if you got it from CraftStore Direct, Brian is the oracle there. He may or may not be able to give you some advice on it. I don't know. But yeah, as soon as I know, and as soon as I know anything, I'll let you know, Bianca. But so far, I know nothing, as the saying goes. So yeah, if you are interested though, they are selling like hotcakes. I know the first stock that came in literally flew out, and the second lot of stock's due in next week. Now, you can't pre-order it, but if you go onto the CraftStore Direct website and locate it, what you can do is ask to be notified when they've got it back in stock, and then it's fastest finger first. So yeah, if you is something you're thinking of, I do suggest that you get yourself on that kind of newsletter list. I don't know what you call it, but you know what I mean. Because on the run up to Christmas, especially if you're thinking of it as a Christmas gift to yourself or whatever, then yeah, And to be honest, I think it's going to save so much time. There's so many things that I think of, especially with my son when I've been doing his stationery for the wedding, things that you want to print off over, not print off, cut out over and over again. Absolutely perfect. So that is the multi-sheet feed. I don't know if it's classed as a printer. It's not a printer, but anyway, you know what I mean. So that's the first bit of news. The second bit of news is there has been a bit of an update with regards to the software, and I meant to jot down what version we're on, and I can't remember. I want to say 4.5, but I'll take you over to the computer, and it does come up as the opening screen, but then it kind of goes on to a next screen, and you lose that. So yeah, I think it's 4.5, but if you go into the your software, it should tell you that there's an update, and you can just go to the silhouette.com download and get hold of that. So yeah, incidentally, I'm presuming that you can hear me okay. Nobody said anything, and we've not frozen or anything. You can only get one sheet to go through at a time. It doesn't seem to like the barcode. Bought it from CraftStore. I was going to call and ask for help tomorrow. Yeah, give them a call. It's one of those ones that it's using the barcode feature, which I haven't used yet because there's not much point because I can't use it. But the barcode feature, I'll show you in a second actually. It's a way of kind of saving your information, and it recognises it from the barcode when you feed it through, I think, from what I've seen. Anyway, so let's go to the screen. Now, there's been an update, and the update kind of gives you a different opening screen. As I say, I've not had a chance to go through and have a look at it properly because it's been a bit crazy of late, to say the least. But it opens up and it kind of says welcome to the latest version of Silhouette, and it basically just asks you then where you want to go. So you've got your different options. So you fall into potentially one of the categories, I don't know. Beginner, experienced, professional. It doesn't make any difference really to the software. The software is the same throughout, and obviously if you've got your upgrades, then so be it. But it's just how much information it gives you about the update, because I think what it's assuming is that if you're experienced and professional, then you'll do a bit of exploring to find out what's come out new. So if you click on beginner, it will take you through. I mean, you can click on any of them, it doesn't matter. But it's basically giving you a little bit of an introduction to the software itself. Now, if you're used to using the software, you will be familiar with this. But saying that, every day is a school day. I learnt today that I can use the kind of hands-free load on my Silhouette, on my Cameo 4. I thought you could only do it on the Pro. So that was quite exciting. So yeah, gives you a little bit more information. Obviously, when you go into the software, these aren't active, they're just little images. So and it mentions obviously design, and design is up at the top, store, library, so on. So if you are new to the software, then it will help you. Helps you with a few little bits and pieces here. Suggests that you explore the toolbars and the panels, as it says, to unlock the full design power, because there's loads that you can do within here. And if you are thinking about upgrading, then if you click on this, it will take you to the Silhouette website, Silhouette America website, and it will show you the kind of different versions of the software and what you gain by your different uploads. Then you just click on next, and this is a nice little kind of slow video that shows you the different bits and pieces. So you've got your document tools, you've got your quick access toolbar down the left, you've got another toolbar down the right. So yeah, there's your quick access toolbar is just underneath the document tools. Then you've got your toolbars on the left and your panel toolbar on the right, and obviously your design area in the middle. So as I say, you're probably familiar with that. As you go on next, it's just reminding you that make sure you visit the Design Studio store, Silhouette Design Store, because you can get a free download. I think it's every Tuesday. So there's a free download worth checking out. And they are actually designs that are for sale prior to and often after as well. So it's worth checking those out. And they're often seasonally themed. Studio Library. So Silhouette Studio Library explains to you a little bit about your designs and how you kind of access them. Anything that you buy from the design store, where you'll find them. And then if you use the tab up at the top, the library, then it will take you through those. Another way of accessing the library is you can actually use this button down in the left-hand side here if you wanted to as well. But when you're getting started, I think it's useful to use the tabs that say what it does, because it keeps it simple. And then it talks about send. So when you actually come to send your design, ready to cut it out, then off you go. Mention Silhouette 101, that's their kind of group section of the website, I suppose you'd call it, where they share all sorts of different bits and pieces. So yeah, and you learn more information about things like the multi-feed printer. So next we'll just take you so you can get started with the Silhouette Studio, and you can go to your page setup. As a newbie, that might be useful, or you can just go straight into design. Now I'm just going to back it up so we get back to the original menu, because if I exit this, I will lose the content that's on your screen at the moment, and you have to close the software and reopen it for this window to come up. So let's go back another stage. So experienced, click on experienced, tells you what's new. So there's a little bit of information underneath the new speciality tools panel. So this is where you kind of key in, well, it depends on the machine that you're working with. So you set it up to say which machine you want to work with, and it will tell you the tools that are available, I believe. Again, I've not really gone through it that much, but yeah, it's all stuff that you can have a little bit of a click around. So if you've got a curio already, then obviously you can find information on that, and things like the 3D printers as well. There's not an awful lot for it to tell you in this particular section, to be honest. Oh, jumped ahead a bit there. There you go. So the auto sheet auto sheet feeder. That's what it's called, not multi-sheet. Auto sheet Oh gosh, auto sheet feeder. So yeah, you can click where it says find out more, and it will take you away from the actual software onto the Silhouette website to tell you a little bit more information. And again, you can go through and start your design and stuff like that if you want to. At this stage, if you back it up again to professional, I use the Silhouette Studio frequently. What's new? It will pretty much tell you exactly what we looked at before. So there's not a lot extra there that it was telling you. So when you've finished with that, you just click on exit and it will disappear. I found that comes up each time I start up the software. There must be a way to stop it coming up, but I haven't gone in and had a little look yet, so it's not caused me too much of an issue, so I've left it as it is. So that's kind of that, really, with regards to that. The different tools, if I go back into sharing my screen, so over here, the top right hand corner, this is where it's going to be talking about different speciality tools, and obviously you can click on each one of these as you go. A lot of these will only relate if you've got a curio, because obviously the speciality tools that it speaks of here, the emboss and deboss only relate to the curio, which I don't have, so you've got those in there. You've also got your page setup. And with your page setup, when you actually go into your print and cut now, I think this has been on there for a little while actually, but if you go into print and cut, actually let me change it to A4. So Cameo, where am I? Not Cameo size. There we go, change that to A4. That's okay. So print and cut, we're familiar with the registration marks, but something that you can do with regards to your design is enable barcodes. So when you click on enable barcode, a barcode will appear that will be personal to that particular project, and it will print on the sheet as well. Now, I assume, and again, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I assume that when you actually use the multi-feed, that it will pick up the information from that sheet. So if you pre-print them loads of times, you can just pick them up from your stash and then load them on. But as I say, I'm not privy to it, so I can't say for certain on that one. But that just kind of gives you a little bit of a heads up on that. Yeah, so that's under your page setup. So when you do come to use your auto feed, it's gone. attention span of a gnat. So yes, if you are using your auto sheet feeder. It's like red lorry, yellow lorry, isn't it? So yeah, that's that. So what else can I tell you that we've got coming up? Well, we've decided to bring you our own little kind of area of shopping. So on a monthly basis, probably towards the end of the month, to coincide with things like payday, we're going to be bringing you CraftStore Direct via the internet, and our own little kind of opportunity to show you the different products that we can bring to you. Able to tell you about little things like fabulous discount codes, wonderful prices and things like that, and what's new and happening with regards to CraftStore Direct. So make sure you keep an eye open on our social media, giving you lots of notifications of when the next show is going to be. Hopefully you'll be joining us on the 31st of October at 7 o'clock in the evening. That is our first live show, and hopefully I'll have some amazing goodies and some fabulous deals to bring to you then. See you then. There I am. Not sure what happened then. Didn't seem to be. I just had a black screen. So there you go. So you may have noticed we haven't had any shows recently on Create and Craft. That's kind of a mutual decision. I've got to be careful how I phrase it, but yeah, sometimes it can be a bit tricky because obviously everybody needs to be able to make money on the deals. And also as well, GraphTech being the kind of parent company of CraftStore Direct have to kind of consider people who are buying stock from them as well. So whereas Create and Craft are asking for like these huge deals that they can bring to you live on the shopping channel, it's got to be done in a gentlemanly way, shall we say. And that's something that's very important with regards to getting it right for GraphTech. They don't want to make it difficult for anybody. Anyway, that's kind of like a rough explanation. So what this means, you can still get your stuff, your products, I believe, still from Create and Craft. It's just we won't have any live shows. So I think they're actually just selling via the website, but don't quote me on that. I haven't checked. So you won't see any shows there. But what we're going to be doing is bringing you kind of shows from the cabin. So as you saw with the layout there, it's going to look something similar to what you're used to seeing when you are shopping, and we'll have a similar sort of idea where we'll bring different products in, we'll do demonstrations with regards to the products, hopefully have some good deals for you as well, maybe some discount codes, might be freebies, it can be whatever GraphTech decide it to be, but yeah, going forward we'll kind of be doing it ourselves, and that means that we can bring you some quite competitive deals. So make sure that you do subscribe to things like the newsletter and social media, because you'll know about it first there. But as I say, first show is going to be the 31st of October. So I don't know what we've got set up for that one, but I'm waiting for the list. But yeah, we will go through that and get some bits and pieces sorted out with it. So as you may be or may not be aware, CraftStore Direct have kind of had a bit of a revamp with regards to things like their website and their social media. So the website, in fact, let's show you the website. So on the website, it's got a very different look. And you've got obviously all the things that we love from CraftStore. So you basically can go through all the different products and things like that. So very easy for you to kind of find your way around, and you can log into your account. You can also access the blog as well, which is worth checking out as well. You've got your search field here. So let's have a little look and see if it's got the auto feed. I don't know. There we go. So there you go. You've got your feed, auto sheet feeders there. So your two different sizes, your A4 and your A3. So as I said, your A4 is going to work from your Portrait 3 through to your Cameo 4, and then the A3 will be working for your bigger machines. But it might be, if you've got the space that permits it, that you go for the A3, because you can use smaller sheets on there. but as I say, I haven't used either of them, so I can't say. Now, it looks like the larger one may well be in stock. I don't know for certain, but it's showing me that it is. So I'm assuming that if you want to go and order the larger one, you can do. And the A4 one, if you click on there, it tells you a little bit about it. And there you go. Email me when stock is available. So all you need to do is you just put your details in there. So Hayley, and we'll put in there Hayley at handmade by Hayley .tv, and then subscribe. So that will let me know when it is available. And yeah, there you go. So hopefully it shouldn't be too long. And as I say, next week stock is expected to come in. So it'll just be a case of a bit of a bun fight to get it. But if you are thinking about getting it before Christmas, then yeah, definitely do consider getting hold of it now. So yeah, you can see there obviously where you got your connections. Don't know if it connects by Bluetooth or not. Not entirely sure, but yeah, up to 20 sheets at a time, which is good. So there we go. As I say, don't forget to check out the other sections that we've got on here, things like the blogs, and there's loads of kind of Halloween-y type blogs. We were supposed to be doing some Halloween-y kind of things last weekend. Last week, but it's kind of different things have happened over the course of the week. So yeah, there's some nice little projects on there as well, so check those out, because they're definitely worth having a little look at. So yeah, all good. There you go. So that's pretty much really everything to tell you about. It's just a case of keep a note in your diary. I don't know how often the shows are going to be. I think it'll be monthly. It depends. It depends on whether you guys want them monthly, whether you're in the mood for a bargain monthly. Who's not? And yeah, just keep an eye open on social media, as I say. No, so no, you can't connect by Bluetooth. Thank you very much, Bianca. Thank you very much for that. So that's useful to know. So is there anything that anybody... oh, what's Bianca said here? My machine was getting stuck on the bottom registration mark for some reason. Okay. I don't know. Is it that it can't read the registration mark, or do you mean it's physically stuck? Because yeah, if it's working on your, when you put it on a mat and it's reading it, then I would have thought that would have been okay. But so if you can take the sheet and put it onto a mat and get it to recognise the registration marks, then it must be something somewhere along the line. Have a word with Brian. I'm sure he'll be able to help you. Sounds like I'm palming you off, and I'm not. It's just I don't know. So don't know on that one. So is there anything that anybody needs any help with at the moment? Anything that you want me to show you in the software? Are you all aware of that you've got the auto feed on the machine, on the Cameo, like we've got with the Pro? Because I don't know whether it's always been there. I'm a bit of a numpty sometimes, and I must admit the little window has been there, but I don't know as it's always been something that you could do. I thought it was only on the Pro. There must have been a firmware update at some point to get the information onto the Cameo 4. And I know I've done the updates as they come through, so I know I'm up to date with the software, but I don't know when it was introduced. No contact for Brian. Right, okay, let's have a quick look. So if we go to, I think it will be the contact number. Right, okay, technical support and aftercare. Let's share the screen. Okay, there you go. So CraftStore Direct is brought to you by the UK's official importer. There you go. Technical team are there from 9 AM until 5 PM. So you've got telephone number there. Press number 2 for technical support, or if you prefer to email, then you can email. But sometimes depends on when you're able to. I mean, you can always shoot an email off and then get the information through. So yeah, Brian's quite concise with the information that he gives you, so he's quite good in that it's quite direct, the information that he gives you via email. So that might be something that might suit you better. But yeah, whichever way you do it, there's the number. Hopefully you got that, Bianca. Got it? Brilliant. So yeah, and then it can give you the information. There's all sorts of things. I don't go on here as often as I should do, but there we go. Now I'm just going to go to YouTube and see if I can actually find the CraftStore videos, because there's a series of different videos that are on there now. Catching up with me. So craft, all sorts of rubbish that I've been looking at on here. Craft Store Direct. GraphTech, I don't know if you've ever looked at their YouTube channel. They only really had the one YouTube channel before, which was GraphTech. And it just made it a little bit difficult for you to kind of filter out the different videos and different media informations that they got on there. So they have actually set it up now. Oh, I've actually gone to, didn't mean to click on that one. So if I go to, hold on, CraftStore Direct. Okay, just catching up with me. Yeah, okay. So let me just pause that. Let me share a screen now. So this is, oh, yes, it did share it. So this is, let's give you the full screen, it's better. There you go. Oh, no, that isn't better because it doesn't show you everything. Oh, there we go. Sorry. So, yeah, CraftStore Direct, we've got their own YouTube channel now, and we've got a series of different videos, starting with an introduction to the Silhouette Studio software, and there's a whole series of them. There's 10 episodes so far. And they're basically little kind of snapshots. They're not hugely lengthy, probably about, well, there you go, just shy of 12 minutes for the episode number 5. So they're not lengthy, but what you will find with these is that they basically give you help with regards to different sections, setting up your preferences, introduction to Silhouette. Some of the things are things that we covered with the course that we did way back, which is over 12 months ago now. Gosh, long time ago. So yeah, so a lot of those things cover those. And I know that there has been talk that we will be doing more classes and things like that, but Alistair, bless him, has been so busy with different things going on, because they've got the podcast now as well, which takes up a lot, some of his time as well. And then obviously getting things organised, new products coming through. They've had the whole new rebranding and the website new look and everything. That's taken up a lot of his time. So yeah, it's coming through. It's everything happening, and we'll be having more conversations about the classes, I'm sure, as time goes on. But yeah, it's just time. If time could be in a bottle and we could sell it, then brilliant. Right, so you've spoken to Brian before. You love his accent. Yeah, it's that soft Welsh accent, isn't it? They're based in Wrexham. I've not seen Brian for a long time. I mean, I know the guys there going way back. They're kind of in 2 different buildings now. And I know there was some talk as well about doing kind of open days and classes within the building in Wrexham as well. But whether that will happen or not, I don't know. But they've, again, had lots of work going on within the building. So it's busy. Hive of activity. I love going over to see them. It's a shame it's not a little bit closer, because I'd be there all the time if I could. But yes, it's a bit of a distance. But no. He's quite fun. He's quite dry as well. And sometimes, yeah, you need to know Brian, because sometimes it is a case of that you might find him a bit abrupt, and he's not in that way. He's a tech guy, so he kind of speaks in that kind of style, I suppose you could say. But no, he's very, very knowledgeable. He's been there absolutely ages, so right the way back. So there's not a lot that Brian doesn't know about when it comes to digital die cutting. So yeah, he will certainly help you out. And yeah, like you say, Bianca, I love a dry sense of humour. Yeah, very much so. Right, so is there anything else I can help anybody with? I haven't got a demonstration as such set up, because I wasn't sure how long it would run for, and I wasn't sure how many people would be coming up live, because I think the notification only went out earlier on today. So I haven't really prepped anything because of, yeah, I didn't expect there to be many people tuning in. I expect lots of people will dip in as the evening goes on. But those were the main things. Check out the sheet feeder, and if you're wanting to get hold of the sheet feeder, make sure you get onto the website. Make sure you ask for the notifications when it's back in stock. And as I said before, go for whichever you can afford. There's not a huge difference in the price. As we say, the A4 is 120. Ooh, it's got hiccups. 125 pounds, and the A3 Plus is just shy of 140. So if you've got the Cameo 4, you can get away with the A4. I don't know whether the bigger machine will fit on the smaller cutting machines. I know the paper size will change. So if you've got the bigger machines, go for the bigger one, and you can kind of move it to accommodate. You don't need two. But I think it's the physical size of your machine. So if you've got the Cameo 4, I think you have to go for the one that fits the Cameo 4, which will take you up to A4. But if you go for if you've got the Pro or the 4 Plus, then you can go for the A3, but you don't have to use A3. I think that will be right. I can't remember. Is that what I said earlier on? I don't know. My brain's a bit boggled, to say the least. Okay, so I think that's probably about it, really, for tonight. As I say, do tune in on the 31st. That's when we'll be telling you a little bit more, get some sale prices for you, bargains galore. And it'll be coming towards the end of the year as well, so I expect there's going to be a good old jolly good clear out as time goes on as well. So thank you for your company. You know where I am. Bianca, if there's anything I can do to help, just drop me a message. But yeah, Brian's going to have more information to share with you than I will. So yeah, you're definitely worth giving him a call. So yes, thank you for joining me this evening. Hopefully you've gathered some information, something that's going to be of use to you during the session. And I will see you again soon. You take care. Bye for now.